Hiya hustlers, welcome back to our channel. I'm Candy, one half of Candy and Kelly, and for those of you that are new here, welcome. And just a bit of context really, we have escaped the rat race. We're trying to build a lifestyle where we're thriving out of the 9 to 5, out of the system, and ultimately building a frugal homestead from scratch. And when I say from scratch, literally from scratch. So the house that we're in now, we are mortgage free. We purchased this at auction with the equity of the sale of our previous property, and really we're just living our best life, trying to get by, make do and mend, and live a more simpler life and a simpler existence. And we are doing well, I would say, at the moment. Lots of stuff going on. Those of you that have followed us for a while, you will know that we've had lots of ups and downs in this journey, renovating the property and just trying to get in. So I think last time I spoke to you, I mentioned that Kelly's parents were coming up to stay, and they did. They left yesterday. We had such a lovely weekend. It was great to have a couple of extra pairs of hands in the garden as well. We spent quite a bit of time in the garden this weekend. That's something that we're finding is really full on. So we've got a 1/4 acre plot here, and I've never seen anything like it in terms of weeds, grass, hedges, trees. Everything just shoots up. It's about a week since I mowed the lawn, and it was literally nearly an all-day job again. We tackled the front hedges as well. So yeah, we've been enjoying that. It was the first time really, because we had a day off really. We did the garden one day, and then the day before that we went out into the local town, had a little mooch round, bit of dinner. Kel's mum and dad treated us to that, which was lovely. And yeah, it was just nice to reflect, take in, and they were our first house visitors really, so we was learning about how that worked. That all worked really well. As some of you will know, we're 3 hours away from our family and friends, so it was nice for them to come up, and people can't just nip around and pop round, so we wanted to make our house welcoming. And I've said before, no one goes hungry here either, so I wanted to get used to all the new stuff, using some bits out of the prepper pantry, which we did, and made a nice carbonara on one of the days. And we sat out in the garden. A few videos back you will see that my cousin and her family gave us their garden furniture, so that came up beautiful, bit of pressure washing, and we sat out in the garden, watched the sunsets, and also we had the deers walking past, the pheasants, the rabbits. It was just really, really nice. And it just makes you have that time to reflect. We haven't really had that time yet. We've been so busy, and it's been really nice because there was a lot of times where we were sitting outside and we were thinking, you know, this is exactly why we've made the drastic changes in our life. We wanted to live more rural anyway. We wanted to be with nature and Mother Earth and spend a lot of time in the outdoors. And that was the first time that we've actually done that. We've actually had some nice weather. We sat outside, and you just think, I'm so lucky to be in the position that I'm in. Don't get me wrong, I've worked hard for it, and there's been some ups and downs, a lot of downs actually in the last 12-18 months, but in the grand scheme of things, we've really, I guess, in terms of the lifestyle we want to live, we've been on an upward trajectory. And it's now about enjoying that. We've just been go, go, go all the time, and we want to enjoy what this new life's going to bring. There's still the looming thought at the back of my mind about income and stuff like that, but I'm lucky enough to I'm not panicking about it just yet. I guess panicking is the wrong word anyway. It's just I'm not aware of it at the moment. Do you know what I mean? We're just doing us, and we're just learning to live in the new rhythm of what our life is providing us now. When I spoke to you all last time, I said it was about unexpected bills and about praying for the car. It went in for its MOT, it failed, which we were kind of suspecting anyway, to be honest. However, it does need quite a bit of work, and I'm waiting for the phone call today about going and pick it up. So it's been in the garage for a few days. We expected a little bit of work to be done on it. I think I might need a drink of tea to get this point across. However, the bill was just over £1,000. That's a big hit, obviously, to our savings and the money that we've got put aside. Someone actually commented on our previous video about they have like a sinking fund where they have savings and stuff like that. Well, we do have that for big things like that, but obviously that was a bigger hit than what we expected. And also, we have been funding our life and our new lifestyle on our savings, so dipping into the savings is great. However, every time we dip in, which we're doing regularly because we've not got a regular income at present, it does obviously keep going down and down. But the interesting thing, actually, we're now more aware, I would say, of what we're spending and why we're spending it, and if we actually need to spend it. I know that actually sounds really, really selfish. Not selfish, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Selfish, maybe. So we were just living our life because, you know, you've got the regular income coming in, and you think, yeah, I'll just pay for that. However, even when we were earning good salaries and we had decent money coming in, we still had like the mortgage, the finance on the car, loans, credit cards. If we had £1,000 bill come in unexpected, even though we had that regular income and we were in the system, we had the 9 to 5, that would still be like, oh my God, how are we going to pay this? How are we going to pay it? Like, we'd be so stressing. And the interesting thing about this new life that we're trying to lead is we've been hit by this big bill, and now we're thinking, right, what can we do? We're not stressing as much. We don't obviously have the mortgage, which is the big bill that we need to pay. So we can cut down in other areas. And actually at the moment, what I'm doing, well, we've got a few days now. My parents are coming up at this weekend. It seems a lot at the moment, but we want people to come and see the house now we're in the house. And Kel's parents haven't seen it since we started plastering and stuff like that. So my mum and dad are coming up because I haven't seen them for a good few weeks. But we've got a few days now where we can focus on, right, I absolutely going to take the money out of the savings to pay for the car, because we need a working car. One, otherwise we'll be kind of landlocked, we'll be locked in. We need transport. I know you can use public transport, but for us personally, we need a car, especially with Kelly's illness as well. We need a car to kind of get out to shopping, get out to appointments, get out to other bits. But that's a different discussion, really. However, we've got the savings there. I don't want that savings to keep dipping. So these next few days, we're going to concentrate on how we can make some money, how we can save some money. So living a frugal existence, I think there are a lot of connotations about people feeling sorry for you and stuff like that. It's really not like that. I think I mentioned last time, I don't understand why we were spending so much money and we were earning so much money, but we still had no money. Like, the system is designed for that, I'm sure. And they try and lock you in, like I mentioned about my mobile contract. They could not understand why I didn't want to lock straight in for another 24 months when my contract's ending in a few months. It's just, that is the norm, isn't it? And I feel sorry for people now that I'm on the outside looking in, I feel. But I was in. I was doing all that stuff. I was locking into the contract for the brand new phone. I was signing up the finance agreement for the new car. I was doing all that. And I feel like I've wasted so much of my life. And it's difficult. And I'm quite torn with this in my head, really, because where I am now is where I've always tried to be and where I've always wanted to be. But I guess without all the stuff that's come before, not only the money, not only the job, the houses that we've bought have enabled us to release equity to get this house, but the way of life, like all the life lessons that I've learned in the past, they've all allowed me to get to where I am. So I may be on the right timeline. We may be doing the right thing at the right time because we had the right stuff behind us and we've learned all this stuff along the way that we're able to now see it in a different light. It's not like we're sitting here skint or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, we are managing every penny that we have now because, one, we have to, quite frankly, and two, we want to, because why would we waste money on other stuff when we don't need to? That's what I'm struggling to come to terms with, and I'm torn because of the life that we have lived. I'm grateful for it in a way because it's got me here, but also I'm like, I've wasted so much time and money and energy into stuff that, quite frankly, I'm not really interested in. It's not really me. Why did we have it? Material stuff that, like for instance, a brand new car. If something went wrong with a brand new car, which they are prone to do, I know obviously as is a bit older, so older cars, more stuff's going to happen. I totally get that. But things can go wrong with new cars. And if we got a bill for £1,000 for a new car that something went wrong, we would struggle to pay it even on our decent salaries and living the life that we lived. But now we're able to take a lot more control over where we're spending, what we're spending. And for example, in the previous life, we still would have had to find the money to fix the car, but we would have had to still find the money for all our other outgoings, all our other direct debits, all our other finance payments, also the commute. So I know that sounds ridiculous, but it used to cost me £200 a month to get to work sometimes. That's without the petrol, that's just the train fares. So those things are already taken away, so we haven't got those. So at the moment, you can see I've got my pile of books. We've got so many books and so much stuff. A lot of stuff that doesn't really resonate with us anymore, that it's just part of our life that's just come house to house with us. The loft's full up. This house is not as big as our old house, and there's lots of stuff where our style has changed. We feel like we're really changing as people. So we've got a few bits that we're putting on eBay. There's actually a website I'm using, some of you may have heard of it, but We Buy Books. We've got so many books. You can actually tell the sort of stuff we're into. It's all about the global crash and global economy. We've got a few prepper books here. We've got Chondroligarchs, The Real Crash, Perceptions of a Renegade Mind. We're into all that type of stuff, as you know, prepping and such. But we've read quite a lot of these books. A lot of them overlap with subjects. So, you know, we've had a bit of sort out this morning. I'm going to get these listed on We Buy Books, see if there's some money I can get from them there. And it's not selling stuff to live, it's decluttering. I'm seeing it as that. I'm seeing it as a little personal challenge. Also, when you think about it, a lot of our stuff has been packed up for about 12 months now, okay? We moved into my parents', it was packed up in the loft. We had stuff in crates at Kel's mum and dad's. We bought this place, we've been renovating, we're only just starting to unpack. And that's a little bit like the van life stuff. It's like you don't need a lot of stuff. And we're looking at this stuff and we think that's not us anymore. We've read that, we don't need that, we don't need this. So we are going to use it to our advantage, you know. It's our hard-earned cash that we've spent out in the past. So now we're going to sell it and get some of that cash back. We've got quite a few bits that need to go on eBay this week as well. So this week is mainly concentrating on trying to bring some in to top up the pot that we're using for the car. One good thing about getting the car done is that we know that the MOT will be passed. It'll all be basically as good as new. We've had a couple of new tyres recently as well, so that will definitely see us for the foreseeable. And I think this little car, she's been such a star. Probably just going to end up running it into the ground before we even entertain getting a new one, which we won't be able to afford at the moment anyway. So we're going to get that done this week, like I say, primarily about trying to get some money in. So I'm concentrating on the books. Kel's going to try and put some bits on eBay today. Also want to do a bit of cooking because we've got some bits coming up to the date, which I'm more aware of now, whereas actually we've been pretty good with that, but whereas like food waste can happen quite often, it'll just go in the bin. I'm looking at stuff now and I'm thinking I need to cook a meal from that. So instead of, I'm a list person anyway, I like a list, right? So I always used to do meal plans and stuff. I've never been the type of person to get in and think, oh, what are we having for dinner? I like to plan, I like cooking anyway, I like stuff to do with the kitchen and all that type of jazz. So meal plans now are a little bit different, where instead of sitting down with Kel and thinking, right, should we have this next week, should we have that, and then we go shopping and get those ingredients, we've got stuff in that needs to be used. So I'm searching through the freezer, searching through the fridge, looking at dates of the dried stuff and the preps as well, keeping them on rotation, and then making a meal plan from that. So that's pretty exciting. So I need to do some batch cooking this week as well. I need to get these books sold. We need to go and collect the car. Also, we're due a couple of days of rain after today, and I spent quite a bit of time in the garden over the weekend. I did the lawn yesterday as well, before the football. and we're due some rain, so I need to get some weed and feed down. So that's my priority for today. So there's quite a few bits going on, and I think I said this before, like people think we're so lucky that we don't work, and oh, you must be chilling all day every day. I'm so jealous. One, there's absolutely no chill in this house whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, we're aiming to have some chill at some time, but there's so many jobs. Building a homestead anyway is ridiculous amount of work, but building it on such a tight budget and as a frugal homestead going forward and learning as we're going along, it is just go, go, go. It is full on. Not only have you got your regular house jobs, you've got your life admin, there's all the other bits that we're trying to learn, we're trying to pull together, we're trying to make money on, we're trying to come up with ideas for our future. Yeah, it's a lot. And also going back to my point, which I always say, if anyone wanted to do this life, just crack on and do it. Please just do it, because there is so much going on out there that we're not privy to, and that I believe we're being led down the garden path with a lot of things. Maybe I'll talk more about my kind of ideology and my beliefs about the system and stuff on another video, but for now I'm just concentrating on getting my life in order, getting the home in order, and we can concentrate then on building our life. We always seem to be playing catch up a bit recently, and I want to get away from that. And like I said, when Kel's parents were here, it was the first time we'd actually sat in the garden, which is ridiculous considering we got the keys to this place in Feb and it's in a beautiful piece of the country. However, it was stunning to sit out there in the sunshine, and I want to make more time to do that. So I'm quite happy this week. I've mentioned before, I do like routine, I do like a purpose, I do like a goal, and that's not going to change, because although I'm evolving and changing as a person, those are the qualities and interests that are at the heart of me, and they will not change whatsoever. So we're going to crack on with these jobs. It's going to be busy, but we're looking forward to the day when we can sit back and relax and look at what we've built. We're already starting to think about plans for the garden, and of course we'll share those along with you. But I just wanted to come on and have a little chat. I know some people have been asking, a few of you actually, our lovely viewers, have been asking for more of a house tour now that we're in, and I will try and show glimpses of some of the house. I just thought, you know, it hasn't changed that much since that updated house tour that we've done, although you might see where I am now. If I can turn you around, we've got a nice little unit with some decorative stuff on, got the bookshelf there which I'm going through at the moment, which is ridiculous, and I'll just show you from the other way. So I'm sitting at a table at the moment having a nice cuppa, sorting these out. So you've got the fireplace there. There's our kind of lounge area, nook, and it goes right there. I'll do some more in-depth tours. There's still a lot of painting to be done, and there's a lot of touching up to be done, just a lot to do in general. But we're just focusing on tasks that we can control and tasks that we can get done as we go along. We're not breaking our backs to get more house jobs done now, because we are comfortable, we're in the house, it's exactly how we want it, and now those jobs can just come with time. But just another rambling chat from me about frugalness and what we're doing to bring some extra costs down and bring some extra income in. We have always been like this. We might even do a boot sale at some point as well. We've got lots of ridiculous amounts of clothes, to be honest with you, and some of them are like designer clothes, and I just think I still like a bit of labels, you know, but it's just not us anymore. We've got so much stuff, it's absolutely ridiculous, and it's nice to have nice stuff, don't get me wrong, it does make you feel good, but it's that instant gratification that we're not looking for. That we're looking for long-term happiness, not immediate likes, if you know what I mean. So in summary, big bill for the car, continuing to build our frugal homestead, doing different jobs around the place, getting them done, and also looking at different ways that we can make money to bring some of these costs down. Especially, I would like to top up the money that we're spending on the car. I would like to get that topped up. So we're looking at different ways where we can save, especially in the kitchen, because we can do different meals and stuff like that. I'm getting these books on, we've got eBay. Actually, someone's come to see me. See if I can show you. Hiya. You good girl. So this is Pickle. She's just had her breakfast by the looks of it. bless her. That's our little pickle. 15 years old in a few months, bless her. So they're settling in really well. So like I say, we're just getting to a point where we're starting. I feel like, I keep saying we're starting our journey. It feels like we've been on the journey for so long, but now it's getting real. Now we're actually building the lifestyle. We've gone through a lot of stuff. We're still decluttering our brains. We're still decluttering the house. We're still getting it to how we want, and it's all about the mindset. A positive mindset is key, and that's what we're trying to push forward. Like, the whole message about all this rambling that I'm doing at the moment is essentially, we can have all that income, all that nice materialistic stuff, and still be panicking about £1,000 bill that comes in, or we can be escaping the rat race, living on our own terms, being calm and content in our own brains, and still have that bill and just work through it. I just can't fathom why I didn't wake up earlier, because quite frankly, even with all these stresses that normal life brings and everyone has in life, I'm starting to live my best life, and I'm very, very happy with how things are going. There's a long journey ahead, but we hope you can all follow along and share the journey with us. I'm looking to start sharing some of my cooking videos that I do. Really love getting into the kitchen and doing some meal preps and some batch cooking and stuff like that. If anyone has any comments, or if they want to chat, just hit me up in the comments below. If there's anything in particular you'd like to see. Like I say, people have said they want to see a bit more of the house, and I'll definitely show a bit more of that in different videos that are coming along. But for me, there is no rhyme nor reason. There's nothing I pick. There's no certain subject area. There's nothing that I'm following along a narrative or anything like that. I'm just getting the need to get this stuff out and get it off my chest and talk about it. And I'm hoping that we're finding our people. You know, there's a few of you now that watch us every week, and we really do appreciate the engagement, and we really appreciate everyone's interest. And we hope that you continue to follow along and see what we're doing. So if you like what you see, hit the notification bell and subscribe to our channel, because there is a hell of a lot more coming. I'm going to be sharing regular content every week, multiple times a week at times, and just want to get it out there. So thank you all. Hustlers, you have a great day, and I will catch up with you on the next one. Have a good one.